You just getting a brew now. I mean, would I see you sweeping, but every day you just get a brew here and go here.
Because I want the Liberian people to empower me to sweep, to elect me to sweep.
But your contribution, you ain't got to do it empowerment. You got to be there before you do it.
Listen, I'm contributing. Nobody in this country is contributing equal to me. I started teaching at the University of Liberia in 1982. And the people I taught are serving the country today. You know, teaching all through our history is a very important profession. I taught Bernie Samuka, I taught Joseph Skaba, I taught Joseph Janet, I taught Joy Howard, I taught a lot of people, Senator Joseph Jala. I am so proud of the work I've been doing.
Yeah.
Because the students I taught are also contributing to the country. Now, you can build a market building, you can build a school, you can build a clinic, but fire can burn it. Fire can never burn brains. When you teach, it remains with the person. In fact, knowledge can never be inherited. And so I taught people who are contributing to the country. In fact, I started teaching in 1981. I saw a man, an officer, security officer at Ministry of Public Works. He said, "Teacher," I said, "What time I taught you?" Because he's an old man now.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, you taught me in 1981 at a normal community school in the night school." So that is my contribution. I've been teaching, you know, and nothing can compare to teaching because knowledge stays with people.
Yeah, yeah. So you are making impact.
And I'm teaching right now at the 2 law schools in Liberia. I was teaching at Louis Addo Graham School of Law. My friend and classmate Kwame Clement established a new law school with his friends, and he came on and said, "I beg you, man, come and teach." You know,
pro bono?
I'm not pro bono. It's a private school. I'm getting paid by the university. I'm getting paid there. You know, oh yes.
Yeah.
I work hard. How you think I will survive? I work hard to survive. I'm a man doing a lot of things. I'm teaching at the law school, the 2 law schools. I'm practicing law, going to court. I was just at the Supreme Court last week. I'm on the air like this, yeah. And then I do workshops. When you invite me anyway, I just did a legislative workshop, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, when they called the lawmakers of Buchanan to talk about transitional justice. I delivered the lead paper.
Yeah.
So my contribution to the country is something that is every day. And I'm a teacher. I go to a tire shop every day. I'm teaching because I strongly believe that ignorance is a big contributor to our backwardness.
And you think that's why maybe half to where we are now as a society?
That is the number one thing, because imagine we killed a president and 13 of his ministers because of corruption. Then that government became corrupt, thinking that for their own corruption they will not suffer. Then the war came and a lot of them were killed too. So now after the war, people are really ignorant to be corrupt because something that has caused 2 governments to collapse. Why will you engage in it? That is an act of ignorance, because your belief is, oh, my own, the people are not smart, my own, they will not catch me. But as a former government official, you know, I was just telling somebody out there when you're arguing with me, I said, oh, between black deer and catfish, who can talk about crocodile well? He said, catfish. I said, okay, so I've been in government. I work in Imo Soil government. I work in Ellen Sally government. I know there's no secret in government. People can think there's a secret. That's ignorance. Because listen, if you are taking money from the operation fund in the ministry or agency, the comptroller will know. The chief accountant will know that you are taking that money and privatizing and misapplying it, right? If it is procurement, let's say you over invoicing, you say, oh, the thing at $10, make it $20. So you and whoever the seller is, you can divide the money order. The procurement director will know. The chief accountant will know. The comptroller that is authorizing payment, the money will know. So there's no secret. And even you sit in a car, you president or you minister, and you're crossing deal with one businessman, the driver idling, you know, you're on the phone, because a minister or president is never by himself. Yeah. Okay. When you say Mohammed or Joseph, oh, you gave me $50,000 to my son as you promised. Yeah, oh my man, you be a good man. You know,
Drown hear you.
yeah, driver hearing you. Sometimes your policeman sitting in front hearing they acting like they know. Their ears not closed. They're angry like hell. Because they're citizens. And when they go, two of them, when their wife bring food to eat, say, honey, I don't want to eat. The country will never change.
But because of you,
So because of that, they are really ignorant. Because I'm explaining ignorance.
Mhm.
Where you say it's a big part, it is a big part. And right now, what makes it even more difficult for them to change is that there are a lot of people who are corrupt in government who are not only ignorant, but they are also arrogant. Because no matter what people say on the radio, what other people say, the civil society, they still are not changing. They think that they are right. Don't mind those people that are no time to eat.
Mhm.
But this time to eat has been carrying this country backwards. It has made, a lot of people to suffer. Some people, they can, only when they're in business, government, they can do business. When they leave, the business collapse. And the examples all over the place. He's a public figure. I can talk about him, my friend, colleague, lawyer, Alex Cllr. He was Speaker of the House, right?
Mhm.
And he was running a hotel right in my neighborhood. I used to go swim there every weekend because I love swimming, right?
Yeah.
Since he left the speakership, that place is a big ghetto. The swimming pool there, the biggest buffet you can find in Liberia there. So what happened to the business now?
Maybe it's because of bad management, not necessarily that you're not in the position again.
Well, if there's bad management, you can change management, right? You can keep changing management, right? So if you don't do something about it, then there's something wrong. But people are the part of ignorance that they can think that when they steal all that money, they will never go down. And I've seen a lot of people go down.
But talking about this ignorant thing, and you being a teacher, let me get your opinion on it. You think because normally we look at the people that are up there in government, and sometimes we don't look way down. Is that possible, or as a country to say this, we put the whole correction teaching thing in our school curriculum, and then when people start teaching it from school up to the point that people go into government? Will that help?
That is also good, but I can tell you, if the leader of the country does not change, I'm not seeing qualitative change in any president in this country, any, all.
Wow.
Including the one I work with. I'm a lawyer. I'm making a clear statement, right? Look, if you are having prayer service in your house every day and telling your children, and that shall not lie, even I care, you can bring my tea cup in the house, just tell me, Daddy, I'm sorry, I broke it, right? Then you owe one of your friends, say Isaac Dipping, you owe him $200. And for 5 months you are not paid. This day you see your brother, you say, my man, come to my house Sunday after church, I will pay. 3 o'clock. Then you tell your children in the house, look, when anybody come here today, I'm not here, right? I'm going to bang her, right? So as they come there insulting you, you are reckless, you are irresponsible, all the bad words you use, including even 4-letter words, right? And you inside. Your children say, Daddy, not here, you're going to bang her. You made your children to laugh. The next morning, when you tell them a devotion, and you hear what I said, that shall not lie, they will believe you. They will not believe you. And they will all become liars, right? Sometimes you see some pastor children, they are drunks. Maybe the pastor had a root bottle under the bed, and the children used to go clean the room.
No, but normally children got their own way. So now you can put all the things in there and they do otherwise.
Sometimes children can have their own ways. But society, the leading people in society are role models. It's not their power in the neighborhood or the teachers or something. Children are not in vacuum. They learn from society, right? And they learn from some people. You can be advising them, look, 1994, 95, up to 2000, little children, 5 years old, when they used to be playing, you know what they used to tell their friends? You play with me, I'll tip it at you. Their power man taught them that. You play with me, I will tip it at you. You play with me, I will tabby you. That words they were hearing. Right? And they were doing it. That's why they say in Nigeria, when you enter a town, when you want to know what is happening, then listen to the songs of the children. They learn from elders. So if you have a president in this country who wants to get it straight, everybody will be straight. I can tell you for a fact. don't we see even the clothes that president can wear? Everybody can. President does not pass law,
Yeah.
but by the time presidents are dressing,
So it's a follow-up power. Everybody follows the president.
Every president wearing that Nigerian suit. Everybody call it proposal.
Yeah.
President Tubman used to wear tailcoat. When you see old picture in the country, everybody wearing tailcoat in the hat, right?
Yeah.
Then President Saye came. When she was wearing, in fact, Tobo, total involvement, short sleeve shirt, everybody started wearing it, right? Then when President Saye came, she started wearing the hair tie. I used to laugh. Some of the women in the hair tie, you see, you think they committed. They were not meant to do it that way, but that tie hair tie was a new experience for them. And she didn't pass law that everybody should tie hair tie. People follow the leader. And so we need a leader that will change the path of this country. And the thing is, most politicians in the country are established politicians. They just want their own space to do the same thing that other people are doing. Mm-hmm. And most people who come to power and people who criticize other people, you know why they don't criticize them? I don't want to criticize because when I get there, I will do the same thing.
So there's this fear.
There's this fear. I don't want to make people so aware before they say, hey, you used to say this. Me, I say it every day because going 70 now, my life has not changed. I was, when I was a student at the University of Liberian, me coming with what he used to say, the late Dr. Rukoli, criticizing Tobo government, some of the things that Tobo was a good president, but there were, nepotism, different things, the Tree Party were controlling them. There are some things you couldn't do. So now, they used to tell us that same thing you're talking, you're writing the university spokesman. When you get to power, your people will do the same thing. Look, when I started working with Saye, when I became Solicitor General, when I became minister, those words were in my ear every day. I used to pray in the morning, Lord, give me the strength not to cross the line that I shout at other people.
Even though you were in the midst of people who crossing the line?
Yes.
But you were still there?
And then when my cup got full, I left. I didn't just enter and left. I saw things happening, but you can be a change agent. I'm a Christian. Jesus Christ said, I didn't come for the same. He was sleeping with Zacchaeus, right? Mm-hmm. But the Zacchaeus changed him.
Zacchaeus was tax collector.
Zacchaeus didn't change him. He was rather changing Zacchaeus. And the other boy said, but why are you going to that man? He said, oh, I'm sure of myself. He's not going to change me. I want to change him.
Yeah. Because you've been strong on this election law, which is one of the major things that you've been talking about. And people believe that.
But we need to talk about it.
We're coming there. But let's get your point on the new election law. With it 1%, when you not get certain number, you're not supposed to. You believe that it's a way of carrying our democracy. But why you say that?
This country has suffered from exclusion. When people, again, as ignorance, when people are not guided by history, they make mistakes. When the American Liberians came here, the people who had light skin and looking at white people were ruling for more than about 2 decades, right? Mm-hmm. And they excluded the people who had dark skin. The people who had dark skin were in majority, so they went and formed a party called Tree Party. It was a revolutionary party to change that dynamics, and it won. Then Tree Party now mobilized all of the American Liberians and said we will have power against the majority, right? And they kept power for over a century. And they were closing the political space, even when Tiawan wanted to open it by bringing Jackson Hebdo to be his vice president. The elites among them opposed it. And maybe that would have prevented the coup, right? Because most of the Moja and PA members were from Nimba, Lofa, Grand Chile, and Bonkan, the 4 new counties from the interior. So there were resistance to change. And so that exclusion, educated people at detour. A lot of people went to Harvard, but they could not get into top positions in government, right? So we suffered that exclusion. When the military came, they excluded a lot of people. They said, Tree Party people, no, they're not a chance. No, and then we'll be having president who come to power and they exclude one segment of the country, maybe the tribe or county or region. Exclusion is not good. Inclusion brings peace. Because exclusion creates some people, some segment of the population to be hungry.
So we should stop
And a
that.
hungry man is an angry man.
So it means that we should stop
We
that.
should stop that. Let the people decide their leadership. Look, the democratic space is just like going to the market. You go sell your rice today, maybe they buy all. You carry 5 bags of rice, they buy all. Another week you carry 2 bags of rice, nobody buy any, right? So it's a up and down thing. It's just like the radio stations. Some radio stations come and nobody bring an advertisement, they die, right? By themselves. Government is not closing them. That's why we say government should not close radio station and newspaper and all that. I've seen newspapers come in the country, like I've seen Reader Digest, different papers, right? After a few months, they collapse by themselves. That's how political parties should be. In some countries, the political parties that were unpopular just become popular. Hey, where is Tree Party today? You know, it was the one party in the country and everybody voted for, right? Then NDP came. NDP doesn't exist again. LAP has collapsed and went into Unity Party, disappeared.
Is there multi-party democracy doing up better, or are we at a disadvantage with the plenty party?
I think don't give any excuse for someone to jump in the push or do something. That's for me. I think inclusion, opening the space for people to make themselves irrelevant. There are some people being running an election for presidency 3 times. Go see their numbers. I just entered 2023. Some of the people I run 3 times got 9,000, I got over 26,000, right? And
you think that 26,000 can go in 2029?
It's going to go way up. I'm going to win 2029. I mean, everybody is telling me it's a broomstick. Look, Liberia has a political culture. When they say that your time, you can't spend plenty of money. When George Bush time came in 2017, I can't want to say that the man time.
You think that factor will play for you?
It will play. It will play very well. Look, I didn't have money. I didn't even spend $200,000. I talked to some of our students who are lawmakers, representatives, and they say, I said, I didn't spend 200,000. So they say, oh, prof, I spent 300,000. I know one other affiliate of mine that say he spent 260,000 in Nimba and didn't win. You know, because Nimba is a big population. You get 10,000, say that's nothing. Whereas when you get 5,000 in some country, you can be senator, right? So I didn't spend money, and I came number 6. And very close 6, right?
Yeah.
The person who came number 5 just got 0.02 difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that my message and my track record is what spoke for me. And the way I campaign, I'm the only person in history of Liberia. Anybody writing history will say Councillor Gongloe is the first presidential candidate that went to 354 towns
in the country.
All the 73 districts. I went because I strongly believe when you want something from people, you got to go talk to them.
Yeah.
You're looking for a job, you got to go face them.
So Councillor Gongloe looking for a job.
I was looking for a job to transform this country. I want to be president of this country. A president, actually, when I say some people say, when the man say you want to be project manager, I said, but I want to be president who will act like a project manager to change the direction of this country, to reduce the level of...
What is in this president that is not doing good for Liberia that you want to go there and change?
This president?
What is in the presidency that is not doing good for Liberia that you want to go there and change?
First thing, lack of respect for the rule of law. The biggest violator of the laws of Liberia has been people in government. You can't have selective application of the law. And governance should be for all. You know, the basic services. It is just legalized theft for example, the president pro tem. I would not be president and approve a budget that gave the president pro tem of Liberia $254,000 salary apart from benefits. The speaker, I think it's $254,000. Both of them higher than the president pro tem and the speaker of United States salary. Does it make sense to you? It's scandalous that officials of government in one of the poorest countries of the world, I say of Africa, we are one of the 15 poorest countries of the world, will be making salary higher than the people holding comparable position in the United States. It just doesn't make sense. I will govern in such a way that I will not even have more than 5-car convoy. I want to have 3 or 4 like President Trump.
Sometimes it can be your decision or the government's decision.
That's not true. You are not working with the president. I work with President Saye. So I know president is everything. When the president says, I'm going to walk that street, the security will put themselves in order to guide you. They will not say, no, don't walk. I beg you here.
So the president as individual, you say...
The president, look, didn't you see President Saye? The LU students were striking. They were demonstrating and they were in front of foreign affairs. She got there from Gongloe. I mean, Madam President, don't get her. She said, I'm getting her. So you better stop the car. The driver stopped the car. She got her. She talked to the student, okay, you form a committee, let's go upstairs and talk. And that quieted the whole thing. The wisdom of the president, you control. Nobody's higher than the president. The security report to you, don't report to the security. So when people give me a show, oh, that is security, who operates? You are the commander in chief. So that excuse is now valid. Yes, So I will live a simple life, and because I'm living a simple life, let me stay on the air. As president, I'm going in economy class, and I will. The day after inauguration, I'll be sleeping at the mansion. It will be full. Even if the one way fix that, the way I'll be sleeping until they fix everything. The mansion was built for the president. It's not for president to live in his own house, because what has caused is causing lack of respect for the rule of law. President, we have blocked a whole lot. President Barker has blocked who gave him authority to block a road built by the government of Liberia, paved, is in front of a house, block a whole place. I said, but this is lawlessness. There's no legal authority to do this. I want to say rule of law. People are so arbitrary. If you follow the rule of law, everybody will be following it. If you president's son and you do something and the law go against you, like President Talbot did, and not his son, but I have respect for that man for the one decision he took.
Yeah.
One William Talbot killed his wife in Pittsburgh. The Supreme Court affirmed the judgment from the lower court. They brought a death warrant to him. He brought the thing on radio, on TV, and signed the death warrant before the whole republic. What was he trying to show? You are not a wicked man. You are trying to show to the rest of Liberian people, if I can sign death warrant for a Talbot, you better beware.
But with it.
Yes. But that's a way to do it. Today, some people, sometimes, some president, their family people in government are corrupt, they didn't want to fire them. I used to tell my boss, I said, you brought your friends in the government, you yourself know the corrupt. You work with Talbot. Talbot signed death warrant for a Talbot. You can't fire the people to fire people that simple. And he said, oh, sometimes I won't fire people. She also said on the radio, they can call my sister and they call all those people. What is that?
That's what you're just saying that because you're not in a position, but the pressure that comes along from behind the scenes that we do not see sometimes force you to do some of these take some of these decisions.
You are young enough. Watch me. Prove me wrong by electing me president. You see a different president in this country. Because the only thing that makes people change is the tough decisions. Tough decisions. You know, I don't want to expose my driver, but you want to come to the station, you say, that thing I'm not talking that true. One time, we were on the road, and he just hit somebody in the rear. And he said, Daddy, the man just jumped in front of me. I said, okay, police came. I said, let's go to Zoom 3. We got there. I said, my driver is wrong. You are supposed to leave one car distance between you and the other car, at least 50 feet. So I will fix your car, sir. I gave him my business car. I signed at the police station. I will fix the car. Take it to the garage tomorrow, fix. We're leaving. I said, my man, give me my key. He said, oh. The police said, but you and your driver. I said, no, he committed travel offense. That man is with you poor. Only you can free him. But he's sleeping here, I'm going home. I'll finish with that. But you violated the law. You have to. And when the opportunity comes, you know, I want to used to be Solicitor General.
You got to use the opportunity.
When case come against top big person, I used to be happy. I said, hey, it's time to set example. My friend Relanka, my best friend today, Relanka was senator. And I knew him before. And he came in murder. The police came to me, Sam Saye. He said, oh, you know, we have a problem in the investigation. There's a massacre in Margibi. They called Senator Roland Kani. I said, so? He said, but I think the Ministry of Justice needs to write to the Senate for permission to allow him to come for investigation. I said, there's no law. I didn't learn that law in law school. I'm not seeing any Supreme Court opinion that requires that. Go arrest him right now. The same thing you did to all the other people. Oh, for true, I said, yeah. Just don't enter the chamber. When you go outside, arrest him. Which it did.
Okay.
And he was indicted.
That was an example. But let's come to the
about the law.
Yeah, let's come to the drugs issue. You've been talking, you've been writing, but many believe that we have not done much. What's your opinion on this drugs issue?
But before I go to the drug issue, on concluding on this exclusion, right? Let me say this. There's a South African legal scholar who said, don't enact a law, don't make a rule that you cannot implement. That law was made in 2014. It has never been implemented.
Yeah, but what started now? What started?
That thing, the chairman talked now to pass confirmation. Because the chairman alone does not act, that is board of commissioners, 7 members, right?
Yeah.
They act. Are they going to vote on it? Let me tell you. Since that law was passed in 2014, we have had several elections. And the parties that have not reached that percent have been going through. So it is a law that is unenforceable because it violates Article 77A of the Constitution.
So if the commission tries to enforce that law, then I could be coming out.
Well, I in court already. The LPP has filed we have filed a petition for declaratory judgment for the court to declare that law unconstitutional. So it's already in court.
It's already in court.
Yes.
Councillor Gongloe is here, and of course, we're trying to look through the different issues this morning on the platform. Let's talk Liberia. But Councillor, let's come to this main thing, what you hear for with the drugs in there. Too many things surrounding these drugs, and many believe that we have not been able to do much in terms of how we should pursue this issue of drugs to the extent that we will have at least a free space to flow. But let me give you a few minutes to make your position on this drug issue.
So let me say this. My position is when the government does something good, I say,
yeah.
So I want to commend them that some people have been charged, right? And the police also promised, the law enforcement promised us that they are still investigating. But as a lawyer, I have to, I'm a teacher, law teacher, so I have to explain to the public the missteps.
Okay.
According to the National Security Council, the chairman of the National Security Council is the president of Liberia. When the National Security Council comes up with any decision or take any action, it is the Minister of Information that should tell us, right?
Yeah.
If not, the second person is the press secretary, because it's the presidential, the council is chaired by the president, press secretary. Or the statutory agencies that are responsible, that are on the committee, like the Minister of Justice is the next. So the spokesperson for the National Security Council decision is the Minister of Justice. When the drug thing came, it was elevated to national security issue, right? And the Minister of Justice started speaking. He even went to the legislature and said, I cannot speak publicly. We need to hold executive section, right? And that was, so he has been speaking. What gave the authority to the IG to speak on a matter of...
You're talking about the police IG?
Yes. What gave the authority to speak on a matter that it was the National Security Council? Since it was not the National Security Council speaking on it, then it should have been the statutory agency, the LDEA. The public would like to hear from the acting head of the LDEA. LDEA was established by a statute of the legislature, just as the police was established. Both of them work under the supervision of the Minister of Justice. So if the Minister of Justice is not speaking, then let the statutory agency that is responsible, that has trained people to speak, to investigate drug issue, all of that, speak about it. I think procedurally it was wrong for the IG to come to the public on it.
Yeah, somebody could dedicate the responsibility. Because they work in concert.
No, you and somebody of the same type, only somebody higher can dedicate responsibility. But you cannot take one statutory agency's responsibility and give it another statutory agency. No, it's wrong. The police director can ask one commissioner of police working under him to do something. The commissioner of police for Bomi County can probably do something in Cape Mount, right? But something like that.
Yeah. Of course, we move on. Council, can we, from your candid opinion, can we be successful in the fight against drugs?
Yes, it's a question of political will. When I was running for the presidency, I said we have to the supply side, the place is coming from. One of the things that people are being arrested and charged, but how did the drug come into this country? For me, that's the most important.
And how do we deal with that?
So that is the issue. We need the Coast Guard. We need a lot of intelligence. I'm not telling the security board to do the work, but people operating all that can be covert. They can be agents of the national security. They are always on the sea, up and down. They can help. And then we need all of the technological devices that other countries have that can maybe picture things further away, like telescope type, right? That is telescopic in terms of seeing very far away from here as a way of checking on our sea, and then rigorous examination of air freight that come in the country. So that's where we need to establish our land borders. Look, I was telling the LDA head one time in conversation, I said, last year me and my wife came from Sierra Leone, right? We came from Guinea, we passed through Sierra Leone. We reached the border, and they were only checking motor vehicles. They even check our pickup, right? But I saw the motorcycles passing with loads on the backs of the motorcycles coming from Liberia to Sierra Leone, coming from Sierra Leone to Liberia. Of course, the motorcyclists, because many of them are up and down along the border there, they're very familiar with all the security officers there. And I said, but somebody could take a huge consignment of drugs and make like 10 trips across the border. Why are they not checking motorcycles? So that's supply side. Because the drug now in the country, the children will not use it. So we have the supply side is where the emphasis should be.
Folks, we have to move on this morning on Councilor Gongloe is here, and of course he drilling us through with some of the national happenings. And I think it's time I give you an opportunity to weigh in on some of the issues that he talked about with respect to this drugs. And of course, one of the things that came out strong is this political will. He believes that it has not been exhibited in time past, and of course, we still struggle with it as a country. Even now, we are struggling with that.
But look at, before you even go, look, we talk about fighting corruption, we can be selective about it.
Are we being selective?
Yes.
How?
Yes. Asset recovery, I'm saying it again, I said it on the radio yesterday. Asset recovery should actually ask President Joseph Boakai to return the $500,000 that he took from NASCO. Because he was not president at the time that he took that money to buy 5 cars. So money illegally taken is theft. Therefore, the Asset Recovery Committee, if they really want to show that to gain the respect of the Liberian people, don't only deal with the past people. It's good to deal with the past people. But this person...
You think Asset Recovery closing the eyeball on that thing?
They're closing the eyeball on it. Because it would be good for the Asset Recovery Committee to say, we just recovered the $500,000 from the president, and all we got 75,000, and we took away all the cars that were bought with the $500,000, and we have recovered these assets now for the government of Liberia, and they are with GSA.
Okay.
And then the other thing is that the billing in FOIA, it was not in the budget. We don't know where that money came from. We cry, the United Party, all of us cry against George Weah that he paid for the $73 billion. It was miraculous. Where the money came from? No answer. FOIA project, it became a miraculous project. First, the deputy minister.
The government says she's working in that direction. Of course,
no, the deputy minister of information came out and said that he lied to the public and said that Manuel Williams project. Manuel Williams secretary said, no, we don't have that kind of project in Liberia. He should not have remained government. He should have been dismissed immediately by President Boakai. Because I misrepresentation. That's how you deal with it, because I misrepresentation. Then the minister of state said he didn't know about it. The press secretary said she didn't know about it. Then the Minister of Information, I want to declare to the public that it is a government project.
So it was a line of communication along the way.
Yeah, a presidential center. That shows that's not good for a government to be now on top of very important information. He said, "I'm not 10 million, I said million." I said, "But even at 100,000, that's a lot of money." And then he said, "It's a presidential center that is being built for the president to have meeting with other presidents, so they are building villas that when they come where to sleep." Where did the money come from? When not budgeted, how? How is the procurement?
So you're asking the GSC now to go in?
There is a procurement process. The law on procurement, a law, when they say lack of rule of law, I'm going to arrest people or committing crime and going to jail. That law on procurement was violated by the government. Look, 300,000 people didn't die in this country for us to shield things to be compromising on their blood. I will speak frankly about Liberia. And then one last thing. When the minority and majority lawmakers were arguing among themselves, former Speaker Fernando Kopa made a very important declaration. He said, "Let me tell you, Liberian, all they're fighting are for money business." Moving as Speaker, he said there's a room in a Hotel Boulevard, they call it room 1026. The Joint Budget Committee can go sit there and call Minister John Brown or the Minister of Agriculture. Your budget are 4 million, but we're adding 1 million. We're adding $2 million to it. And you agree with part of the budget. But the money we're adding not for you. As not a budget part, then we're going to take it and we divide. That type of admission was not followed by the LACC or any governmental agency. That was an important lead that he gave that should have been investigated to stop legislative bribe, legislative corruption.
Of course. Councillor Gongloe, let's go to the lines. We don't have much of a time, very, very limited time, but let me take at least 5 calls and then we can move on back to it and then you will go. Morning, man. 30 seconds. I don't have much of a time.
Yeah, I'm Eddie Josie again. I call from around the Congo Temple.
Yeah, Eddie, go ahead.
Let me say thank you to Councillor Gongloe. You know, Tatos, these are the kind of people. Hey, just watch. You will get people. They were coming to kind of attack Councillor Gongloe. Everything Councillor Gongloe is saying, look, the power that President got in Africa, the power of the presidency, they're not joke. Any president that's what for the victory, one make a change the system, is a bloody lie.
Thank you, Eddie.
Don't make a change the country.
Thank you, Eddie. Let me hold you right there. Eddie, let me hold you. Thank you. Morning.
Good morning, Captain.
Yeah.
Good morning to the Councillor, Honorable Gongloe.
Yeah.
I just got a question for the Honorable Mayor.
Yeah, ask your question. You're taking down points.
The question goes like this. Honorable Gongloe, you only want to take decision when you president, when you serve a position in government. All those missteps, you saw it. Why you never checkmate those missteps? Today you said we should give you president. How trust we should trust you and give you the president?
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, 30 seconds. Yeah.
So good morning.
Yeah, so good 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Daddy, let me comment see this but that he's saying that President Brother he is like we can't do that for him.
Okay.
So the national money that the president he can carry the evidence to court so they can prosecute the president. But yeah, I have to say that. You know, the judge will not get for the thing that say, boy, what can he get for a judge? Even he who, how many people have to hear in your community?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Tato.
Yeah.
And let me say how also the councillor is one of the most prosperous councillors in the country, Liberia.
Yeah.
My concern is I want to answer in plain English. Is it true that if Christophe getting ratting from the hair or from the tail?
Okay.
How can you reconcile that?
Okay. Fish getting ratting from the hair.
Yeah.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. My name is Emo
Emo, just go straight to your point. Go to your point, brother.
Yes, let's see. Thank you very much. I want to ask Councillor Tiawan this question. Having been elected as President of the Republic of Liberia, what would be his punishment Gongloe, teacher, what kind of corruption?
What will be your punishment? Good morning.
Good morning, Captain. My daddy, this is Mohammed Tiawan here.
Yes, sir.
I want to commend your studio guest, but we disagree with it, our father and grandfather.
Yes, sir.
And all of them helped to be the father all year. Because the second round, we were expecting him to make a decision of their life on people. Like when people leave crying, they names of old men. You should not be the man yet. The way he kept being a public over here. So all the disappointment all men have to be the embarrassment to labor.
Okay.
So you must regret first.
All right.
Action against the ball. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for making your point. Good morning. Yes, sir.
Oh, you give me a chance to tell.
Commissioner Mafesi Dawe, go ahead.
Yeah, and good morning to Councillor Gongloe. How are you
Good
this morning?
morning.
I called to make reference to what Councillor Gongloe said regarding our borderline. And I think West Point is no exception. I have called the DA commander in West Point to assign men at the entry point, but up to now I have not seen any of them. So I'm doing an official letter to their head office in making sure that entry point is protected. We cannot take anything for granted. There is no way we can protect our country without protecting all of the entry point. That's my contribution this morning.
Thank you, Commissioner Dawe. Let me get this last call. Good morning. Hey, my man, you can't do it.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Mr. Daddy.
Yes. My man, your line not good, man. Your line breaking in. You got to change your location, and you call Baba Fox. We have to move on. 0-105, 0-6, 105, 105, 0778, 105, 105 are the numbers to call to make your point on the program. Shortly, we'll go back to council to address some of your issues that you just raised. But can I go back to council? Council, you listen to the caller?
Yeah. First, somebody said you were inside. That's true. I was inside. That's why I can speak about your credibility. But in the first term of the United Party government, I resigned even before the 6-year term ended because I was not satisfied with what was happening. And when I advised my boss over and over, I didn't resign quietly. I wrote a 13-page press statement. So since that time, I didn't go back. And so then the other president said, "Oh, you campaigned for and United Party government." The old man, oh, true, but the alternative was not good either because I always say if somebody slapped me last year. And United Party have been in power. Somebody slapped me last year. It really hurt me. Even if you slapped me, I fell down. But this morning, you slapped me. The slap not even so heavy, but you slapped me this morning. That the pain I'm feeling right now. So I'll be angry with you more than the president last year. So we say CDC are taking the country to ICU. That's how I campaign all through. So what kind of credibility will I have high if I say, okay, let's take vote for CDC? They say that means that you want like to die to just take out the plug. Some of the things that we're talking about, the way there was corruption, some people were sanctioned, all that, the government was just bad. So they needed to be punished by getting somebody else an alternative. And I can't be neutral in the affairs of my country, so I had to make a choice. But you should know you can marry a woman to them and divorce her 1 month after this.
So are you saying now you divorce the person who you campaign for now in political terms?
Well, I am very critical of the person. And in fact, the other thing is that if you love someone, you can't be deceitful. You got to tell the person the truth before the person falls. So I'm telling the truth. I have a moral obligation to say the truth so that this government can change.
Has there been in any case that you met President Boaga one-on-one with some of these things?
No.
Have you made that request?
So do I? That's not my responsibility. I told you, work with president, before that president call. When president call you, you can just walk straight to the president office. When you want to see the president, it take you 3, 4, 5 months. I can tell you that. I've written letters to the president, I've never got a response. So that the first disrespect. Yeah? I've written letters to the president, never got. So for somebody like me, somebody say, oh, look, I have gone through what they call in the Bible, the valley of evil and death, and I fear no evil. Yeah. I've gone to jail many times. They've tortured me, stripped me naked before email, 142 emails. What they haven't done to me, and not for committing crime, but just speaking for the Liberian Pope from 1978. That I used to tell President Saye, say, they've government for you and myself. I only 2 hours been to jail. I said, yeah, but I'm an older jailbird than you because I went to jail in 1978 when you were deputy minister in the Three Party government. So for the life the thing that I've suffered in my life, for my country, from in my 20s, going to 70 next month, I'm not about to change, right? So that person will say, oh, when you were there, when I was there, I was prosecuting Judy Brown. I'm the only lawyer in Liberia I prosecuted former head of state before.
Yeah.
I did a lot of things, sitting speaker, all that. So you can't say these things were happening. And then what did you do? I was speaking about it. You can't be in government and be speaking outside. You have to be there and correcting things. I used to meet my boss, meet other, sit in the cabinet and we talk. So that one the other question the president asked.
Can the fish get rotting from the head?
Yeah, not from the head. In fact, not from the head. Not from the tail, it's from the head that the fish gets rotting. And then extend to the whole body. Biden Wonder said that he was vice president of this country and he said the fish gets rotting from the head. It is true.
Yeah. And of course, this question talk about you got to be president before you make the decision.
Yeah. No, we started with the importance of the president, right? The president controls everything. Even the thing the president wear, why everybody won't wear. When the president can talk, some people won't talk like that, right?
Yeah.
Right now, I see a lot of people wearing hats, because President Biden likes to wear a hat, So I see some people wearing a hat. They wear the hat, all kind of ways, some different. So people follow the president. And I've been in government. This president talking does not know that I've been Solicitor General. I've been Executive Assistant to the President of Liberia. I've been Presidential Envoy to Guinea and Sierra Leone. I've been Minister of Labor. And even after I left government asked me to chair a special committee when there was problem between the GDL students and the police. And I did it free of charge without asking government for one cent. That is why I said on the Guinea-Liberia border, I said, look, I'm prepared. I think the president should set up a commission inquiry, and I'm prepared to free yourself on that commission inquiry because all of us know this region. We got friends in Guinea. You could constitute, and it's still not lit because the problem is still that the Guinean students have not moved from their place, right? And the president has not explained to them what the problem is. Then, former Minister Wilmer Pay said the other day on the media that there was a company that was mining gold and diamond in that place. And it was contaminating water. That one of the things that got the Guineans angry. I believe him because he was Minister of Mines and Energy. But all of those information have been brought to a commission inquiry that will find out what the facts are, make a recommendation to the president to make a decision. That what happened in 9/11 in America, President Bush had a commission inquiry. It is that commission inquiry that recommended the Homeland Security Department and then the position of National Security Director. President Tucker fired 3 of the ministers here when the Brunel Commission inquiry came out with a report. When something that is strange that had never happened before happens, and there's no precedent to look at as a leader, you set a commission inquiry of some wise people to advise you. They are Liberians who are former ambassadors of Guinea.
Yeah.
And got friends there. You put them on the committee. They are now retired and now in government. Put them on the committee with some people in government and some people outside, like people like me volunteering.
So you send in your application now. Look, Mr. President, it's a good.
They're not application.
Yeah, so I want to serve free on the.
I'm a pro bono lawyer.
Yeah.
A lot of people. So I'm trying to give free service to government as I did before for my country.
Okay, that's good citizenship. That because we get 1 minute closer.
Yeah, I want to tell Liberian people that look, the best country in Africa is the Singapore of Africa. It's called Botswana. A country that gained independence 119 years after Liberia's independence, and 70% of that country is desert. Only 30% is there for growing food and raising animals. And they worked so hard under the leadership of President Saye, who was a very honest man, set the legacy of honesty. Every president that has come since then has been honest. So with that 30%, they are exporting meat out of that country. They are growing more than 70% of the millet that they eat in that country. But they invested in education when they found diamond. First investment, education, diversify education. So you have all the technicians, the doctors and everything. Today, The roads that are built in Botswana are built by Botswana citizens, not foreign companies. And when you build something in your country, you put you do it with nationalistic spirit. And now, from they negotiated, they told Liberian, the South African company, you are not going to export raw diamond. From the hole to the polish, you polish it before you export it. So they get it. Call it the amount of money from their diamond. They're getting
value for them.
More than 60% of the money generated from from diamond stays in that place. They have only diamond and few other, but we have more than 13 serious mineral resources here. Iron ore, the diamond, the gold. Then we have fertile soil. We produce rubber, we produce cocoa, coffee, oil palm, all these things.
And that's why the Council of Gongloe presidency will make use of.
And we are still poor. Okay. So the conclusion I've reached is that natural resources do not develop countries. That leadership can develop countries.
Natural resources doesn't develop countries. Leadership is the most important way to develop a country. Thank you, Council.
And the example is Botswana.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be president in the country. Must promise the Liberian people that I want to make Liberia Botswana or West Africa. As a lawmaker, I want to go there to help the president make Botswana the law, to make Liberia, Botswana, and West Africa. That is how we should vote next time to change Liberia's direction.
Okay, man, that's the broom, man. Let's vote wisely. My name is Status Emmanuel Desip of Full Force Tomorrow. Be by another edition. Bye bye.